All right, y'all. There's Sitting Go needing one player. It's 8 of 9. I'm in there. So we're just waiting on one person. I just couldn't go out like that. And I think it's this Pepsi Zero that's really messing me up. You know, I'm a Coke Zero guy, but I've been doing this Pepsi Zero on the regular. And I don't know. I don't know which one it is yet. And don't know what the heck's going on with my table either. If we can get this worked out, it'll be a thing of beauty. If we can get it up here on the screen sometime this week. Let's try this. Okay. And then we go up here. We should be in here. Something. And for once, y'all got to see the first hand I fold. Ta-da! Anyway, back to this Pepsi Zero business here. There we go. Listen to the sound of that. It's like the crowd goes wild. Anyway, but yeah, there is a tournament I am a little interested in playing in the morning. It if I'm not mistaken, it has some really good buy-in to guarantee implications. I think it's 8:15 in the morning. Where'd it go? Okay. $6.60. And there's a special. It says special. Wonder if you have to do anything to get involved in it. 5,000 guaranteed. Oh, we're not doing this dumbness. We'll just call. No checks here, buddy. Hey, we won a pot. Take a picture. This may never happen again. Okay. So back to this so-called special. I think what I'll do is once this is over with, I'll register for it. And then whatever, sometimes they have special tournaments and they won't let you play it unless you went and shared something on Twitter or some stupid shit, or you subscribe to their iHeartRadio channel, or, there's always some parameter. You're not just going to get a special tournament. $6.60 with a 5K guarantee. I can't give a 5K guarantee for that price anyway. I mean, for that price, hell, I'll go to sleep and Take a 1 hour nap and get back up and play it. Do jumping jacks when I get sleepy or whatever. I don't know. I'd play it though. I think what's happening is the later night crowd in the lower stakes is a really low caliber player, thought wise, during the hand. So that's why a lot of my bluffs don't work and semi bluffs don't work, because I'm playing extremely low stakes. So when playing with a very low stakes beginning players, they just tend to call. So you have to value bet them to death. These guys at this, this is an $11 buy-in. So it won't be those same people that you see at the other tables. Like if you look, none of the names are the same. Not one name on this table isn't the same from the other table. So maybe I need to step it up for 2022 and move up. I know a guy that says he can only play 2-5. 1-2 is boring to him. I don't get what's so exciting about 2-5. Boring is a state of mind. I've always been a thinker of it doesn't matter what the stakes are if you're playing the same game. And a lot of people say, well, people in lower stakes don't do what they're supposed to do in spots. But if you're better than them, you should be able to identify that and use it against them. You shouldn't be able to say, oh, well, I bluffed and he didn't fold and it's his fault because it's low stakes. Don't bluff. Bluff less. Bluff for a lesser amount of money. There's so many things you can do. Bluff for smaller amounts. Don't bluff at all. Only bluff in position. Never bluff out of position. All those things right there can be done to help tighten up against calling stations. If you get called on the turn, don't bluff the river. Just little rules you can put in place. If you get called all flop and turn, they're going to call the river too, so there's no need of making a bet. Whether you have position or not, they're probably going to call. Ooh, man. I wasn't the first one to go this time. Hell, I wasn't the first one to go last time. But hell. Yeah, when you play a poker tournament, this is the only one you want to be the last to cross the finish line, It's the only situation you want to be the last person. You never want to come in first. I was gonna raise to that. He did it for me. That's interesting, just like, what is he doing? Reading my mind? Spencer Reno from the Big Blind. Well, hell, I'll at least see a flop if two of y'all are. That sucked. Oh. Yeah, we're not gonna continue. So a friend of mine went over yesterday to the WSOP circuit event. It's in this region right now. So he went over there and he was going to play the $1 million tournament. $1,700 buy-in. And it wasn't yesterday, it was today. So he went all the way over there on the wrong day. Made all these plans, got somebody to work for him so he could go play and everything. And then he gets over there. He's got $1,700 to play in the $1 million guarantee tournament. And he's there a day early. That tournament's tomorrow, sir. He done got his brother to work for him and everything. I was like, fuck. So then he's pissed. And he's like, so I played a $400 tournament. And you know how that went, because you're already disappointed. You're like a loose gambler now, because I'm telling you, there's so much with planning to do one of those events. And if you're flying somewhere to play those, oh my gosh, it gets worse. You got to get the hotel. You got to get there the night before if your tournament's at noon. Oh, well, check-in's at 3. So then you got to line up a flight where you get there and you're not just stuck on wherever with your luggage waiting for it to be 3 p.m. to check in, especially in Vegas. Because they're not going to let you check in early. They're going to make you pay an early check-in fee. And normally the room isn't ready, so you still can't get in early and pay the early check-in fee. So I just remember all of that hassle I used to go through. I mean, luckily I worked a security job from 5:30 to 3 a.m. And pretty much after 10:30 or 11 o'clock, from midnight to 3, I could just get on my phone and just really work out and write down everything. This tournament starts on this day at this time. I found a flight cheaper from here to this time. I can get there early. And then I was like, well, if I book my room for a longer period of time, I get a cheaper rate. So it's okay to get there a day early. And I'll just get there a day early and I'll go play daily tournaments at MGM, instead of I'll warm up the day before, just try to plan all this shit, man. You're really trying to work it out. I mean, it's like a job. I see why some people have personal assistants or whatever, because, and then you got to pack. I remember one trip I was going to Vegas. I'm playing WSOP circuit events. And it went to Vegas twice. So I went when it went to Bally's. Is Bally's Casino. And I had never been there. And I always stay at the same little shitty hotel in Vegas. But anyway, I'm there. I got it all mapped out. Everything's planned. Flights was cheap. It was like November or something, I think. Or it was wintertime or something. I don't know what the fuck. It was cold. I get there and I have no jacket, no hoodie, no nothing. Because normally when I go, it's summertime. I've never been in the fall. And it got cold. Oh my gosh. And then I packed everything except a belt. And normally when I go, I just take one belt for the whole trip. Because my shoes always match whatever, if I wear black, it doesn't matter. If I wear a brown belt, it doesn't matter. Nobody sees your belt. Your shirt's untucked, but if it did, it still didn't matter. And man, I didn't have a belt and I was just pants falling down. Just, oh gosh, walking was horrible. It was just an absolute fucking shit show. And I broke down and I had a friend that I have out there take me to Walmart or somewhere and I bought a belt. I did. I bought a belt. I said, I can't take this shit no more. I bought a belt. That happened to me one other time too, but it was local and I drove. So I was like, I've been through this before. I went straight to Walmart. I was like, I ain't going through 2 days of this. I already know how this is. Messes up your whole day. Just being uncomfortable when you're supposed to be comfortable will ruin an entire tournament for you. It will ruin every poker session you play that day. Because you're sitting down, you're fine. But you're going to get up and go on break. You're going to get up and go to the bathroom. And when you get up and go, you got to hold your pants up and keep pulling your pants up. And it's an irritation. I mean, it is just, oh my gosh, it is so annoying. Because you're not used to having to be messing with your pants every step you take. It's like, oh, I mean, it's annoying, man. I mean, ooh. So, yeah, it's the little things, the small things, man. Like I got to the point where I was playing cash games up here and I created like all these rules for when I play cash. And everybody's like, man, where do you get this shit from? And I was like, man, you need to know yourself. You need to learn yourself before you go gamble. And one of my rules was I didn't take any rebuy money. And people were like, what? And they were like, well, what if you lose really quick? And I was like, then I'm done. And they were like, what do you mean you're done? What if you lose the first hand? Then I'm going home. And it was like, you're not going to rebuy? And I was like, no. And, like people thought I was crazy. Oh God, that was ugly. They acted like I was stupid. They were like, what are you don't have the money to rebuy. I was like, no, I had the money to rebuy. I'll just come back another day. Because I log my sessions in an app called Poker Bankroll Tracker. So if I start a cash game session, say it's a 1-2 session, I buy in for $200. I type it in, and then I'm playing. And say I lose, I'll write down how the hand was that I lost, and then my chip stack went to 0, and then I'll put I rebought for 200, and it'll show I went all the way down, and I added on. So, and then if I lose again, I'll put what happened. It'll show that I added on. And you can make notes of any hand, and it'll put it on the chipograph with what your chip stack is. So I would make notes on like key losing hands, the important ones. And I looked at what I was losing when I was losing. And I looked at the percentage of my losses that were from multiple rebuy sessions. So when I play a rebuy session, I might lose $600. And then when I'd play a winning session, I might only win 300 or 400. So then I'd play a losing session and I might lose 800. Then I'd play a winning session and I'd only win 200. Well, hell, if you can add, you can't keep doing this shit. So I was like, no rebuys. And then it'll just be I lost 200. I won 400. I lost 200. I won 300. And I did this, and my graph started going up like this, angled. And it was because there was no rebuys in these losing sessions. And the one thing I learned from this, you can win or lose on any given day. When you show up and play, if you lose, it is really hard to recover your money and make a profit that day. Because you got to win back what you lost, and then you got to make some headway. And if you really, I'm not one of those super good players that can do that. You know, I just had to do a reality check with myself. That's not my skill set. If something's going bad, it kind of continues to go bad with me. And I had to just let that be my reality. So one thing that I realized I needed to do, and that was put things in place for me to succeed, to make everything as simplified and easy as possible. So I started only taking $200 with me. And I wouldn't bring my ATM card with me. I'd leave it at home. And then I got a friend that would say, well, what if there's an emergency? I was like, everywhere has touch to pay. I got my card linked to my phone. Can't use my phone at the ATM though. So that works. So if I needed to get gas or whatever, you know, you could touch to pay anywhere with your cell phone, you know. So, you know, but his justification on keeping his bank card or cash was if an emergency happened while he was coming back from the casino. Needless to say, this guy has lost more money than anyone I've ever known. Like, you know, he just will continuously go to the ATM till he has a zero balance. And then he'll borrow money from people saying he's going to pay them back and he can't pay them back. So, you know, I got to that point where it was just like one bullet and I'm either going to hit the target or miss the target that day. That was it. So, and I also discovered when I didn't have extra money in my pocket, I played a tighter game than when I had extra cash to rebuy. Extra cash to rebuy, I would make really loose calls. I would chase draws that I shouldn't. But if I didn't have the rebuy, I would make the fold that I should. And I was like, not having the rebuy made me play a better game because every call where I'm calling someone's bet, you know, I had to have a justification for it, you know. So putting the money in, putting the bets in, your stack is lower and you can't add on. So it's important, it's critical when you put the money in, when that's the case. So that's what I came up with, man, you know, the no rebuy rule. And I taught it to a friend of mine and he started doing it. And I explained to him, and he even, immediately when I told him that whole thing, he said, that happens in my sessions too. And then he stopped rebuying. And man, he started winning. He started playing better when he was playing. And when he lost less, which made him an overall winner. See, this is the thing. A lot of people say in order to become a great poker player, you improve on the back end of your game. Well, improving upon the back end of your game is making your losing sessions better. Okay. Well, sometimes you're on tilt and you can't make a losing session better when you're on tilt because your whole brain is just shot, and you don't realize it till it's over with. But the best thing you can do is not have more money on tilt. Think about it. I'm on tilt, and I keep playing, and I keep playing, and I keep playing, and I keep getting unlucky, and I keep making bad decisions. But if I'm not on tilt and I play well, I'm fine. But if I go on tilt, I only lost 200. Oh, no big deal. I still got the 800 I won and a couple, and it's sitting at home, So, and it's the best feeling in the world. It really is, And it's what worked for me. It might not work for everyone else. And people may say, oh, well, you just do that because you suck. I don't care. I don't care what someone's opinion of me is. All I care is that it works for me. And it worked for someone else I knew. So that's all that matters to me. I don't give a shit what nobody else thinks. So, another one of my rules that I came up with out of nowhere. There's this deal. When I wear a watch, I look at it and I think it makes me impatient while I'm playing. So I stop wearing the watch. And then there's nothing there for me to look at to have a sense of time, And another thing I stopped doing sometimes, because due to like COVID cleaning and stuff, they would close the poker room at a certain time. And I would go and, the poker room's going to close in 2 hours, but I really want to play. And I get there and I'm impatiently playing because I know I'm up against the clock. And I'm trying too hard and I'm pushing when I shouldn't and calling when I shouldn't. And next thing you know, I'm booking an L all because I got here late without enough hours in the day. Then also I looked in the app and I looked at all my winning sessions. And then I looked at the winning sessions where I won the most amount of money. In those sessions, I noticed that if I played for more than 4 hours, I won a lot of money. More than 4 hours. This sucks. Why is he betting so hard? I fold. I hate you. Anyway. But the cash game sessions that I played 4 hours or more, or that I lasted 4 hours or more, I'd make a profit. A good profit at that. So I would sit down with a goal of playing at least 4 hours, and, just, I don't care how long it takes. It takes 4 hours. So then I'd start making it, well, my goal is to play 8 hours on one buy-in, or my goal is to play 12 hours on one buy-in. And me and my friends started doing this. We started going to card rooms and our goal was to play 12 hours, and we wound up having some of the most grinding type of sessions where we were really, even if our chip stack was up and down, at the end of the session, we were so proud because we didn't even rebuy for 12 hours, broke even, but 12 hours, it was fuck, I didn't lose a dime, 12 hours. Didn't win shit either, motherfucker. But we was just thinking how awesome it was. Cause our goal was to we would play tournaments and we never lasted. So we were we need to start trying to play cash games for 12 hours with no rebuy. Cause in a tournament, you can't rebuy. So But we can't play all these tournaments because we're not cashing in them. But if we play cash games and we win some chips, win some pots, lose some pots, oh no, you're not seeing any of this, buddy. You're getting it all in or you're folding, Mr. Dickhead. Oh, he's been fucking with me all night. So we're like, if we play 12 hours of cash, it's a good simulation for what we would have to do in a tournament. 12 hours, you got to start and chip stack, and that's all you got to work with. And the name of the game is to accumulate chips. So we would try to play these marathon cash game sessions, and try to do that to help our tournament. Because the closest thing we had to simulating a tournament was playing online, and it's not the same as playing live. It really isn't. It's really hard to get online and just sit here all day. I don't know. Maybe it's the cartoon looking screen. I don't know what it is. It's just different. I try to take it serious, but it's like an episode of Bugs Bunny by the end of it. I start off serious. Oh my gosh, is there a tornado here or what? I'm gonna check my phone. That sounds like Hurricane somebody out there. Wind is blowing. Oh yeah, it's gusting. Wind advisory. North winds 30 to 40 miles with some gusts around 50 miles per hour expected. Some gusts around 60 miles per hour when possible through midnight. Mainly across... Okay. Yeah, so that is some pretty good wind I'm hearing there. Yeah, man, I mean, there was all these little things that we come up with, like I bought a seat cushion, and I'd keep it in the trunk of my car, and when I got ready to go play, it would always be there, and I'd just grab it, go sit in the chair and play. And it's a high-end seat cushion. This isn't no cheap seat cushion, And I'm actually sitting on it right now, but it works. Feeling comfortable is a part of it. I noticed that I wear my belt really tight to hold my pants up, and when you sit down, it puts pressure on your stomach. So when I'd sit down to play poker, I started loosening my belt, so there was no restriction. There was no strain there. When I get up, I tighten my belt back up, and I felt more relaxed. I was more comfortable. I breathed more. I was just, versus my heart rate. When I'm playing a big hand, I noticed that wasn't a big deal. And I was like, man, it's just from my belt being too tight, And, there's just all these little tidbit things that you think mean nothing. It comes down to exercise, eating healthy. Oh, I'm snapping him off. He's mine, you guys. He is mine. I want him. Y'all get out the way. This punk motherfucker belongs to me. Get out the way, Zenfree. I want him. Yeah, give him to me. Give him to me now. Get his ass out of there. Bye-bye. I know y'all seen that shit. That's why I got a punching bag in the other room. Golly, man. You see the shit I go through with these freaking poker players, man. I hit top two pair on the flop. He hits bottom pair. Oh, let's give him the ace on the river and just make a wish foundation right to the fucking final three. You know? Who the hell gives him that? Man, this is bullshit, man. This is just such bull crap. Oh, man. So I decided the tournament I'm going to play is on Sunday. It's an 11 a.m., $16.50, 50,000 guaranteed. They did it last Sunday. I played in it. I didn't fare well. You know, I think that was like New Year's Day, though. I was still half drunk. Or was that Sunday before? Whatever Sunday it was. I think I was hungover still. But, yeah, I think that was Sunday after New Year's Eve. But, you know, I am wanting to get more serious like I used to be. You know, put myself out there a little more, test my limits. I just felt that I wasn't ready to put myself to the test during this WSOP circuit event. You know, I'm trying to eat healthier, exercise more, play more online, get more reps in. You know, there's just a lot of things I felt I haven't had time to do. And I did have time to do them, I just didn't do them. You know, because it's like you can't suddenly say, oh, I'm gonna start training. Oh, I'm gonna start reading books. Oh, I'm gonna watch videos. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna do. You have to slowly implement changes into your diet, slowly implement changes into your routine. You know, get up 30 more minutes early for work so you can prepare a healthier lunch than cheeseburgers. Get up 30 minutes earlier so you can eat a breakfast, so you can work out. You know, go to bed earlier. You know, drink water. Whatever. You know, there's just all these different things that you can do. Oh, start going to the grocery store, you know, and that's one thing I've been trying to do on the regular is make those trips to the grocery store. You know, and I've been doing pretty good at that. You know, when I go to the grocery store, I don't buy junk. But when I buy groceries, I feel it is my civic duty to eat them. So I will eat them before I go out and buy them. Well, at least I outlasted him. Shit. You know, I couldn't stand his ass. So, whatever. Okay, my turn now. Any ace, no face. Doesn't matter, put it out there. And now I get a walk. I don't know what you showed me that for. I ain't showing you shit. Y'all been kicking my ass. I ain't sharing nothing. I ain't sharing nothing with the coach. Y'all been beating the shit out of me. So it's gonna be one heck of a comeback. Now it's 16. Uh-oh. We got an aqueduct. Oh, come on, aqueduct. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this shit back. Get in there and fight, Jimmy. Get in there and fight. Come on, Jimmy, get in there and fight. Oh, man. Damn. We tried, y'all. We tried. 5th place. It's better than 8th. We ain't doing another one of them. That was really me just playing a little too much tonight, but you gotta risk it for the biscuit, baby. Yeah, we are low. It is time to reload tomorrow, so we can be ready for Sunday. Ready, Freddy. Because I'm sure we are going to play multiple buy-ins in that 1650. Anyway, signing off here from the green room. We may call it the red room the way this streak is going, though. Shit. We're in the red right now until we get us a win. But anyway, we'll just keep on playing. Holler at you later. That's why it's low.